Smarter News. Sometimes we get a flashy headline that gives us an entry or a back door into a much bigger story that's actually really worth our time. And we have that today courtesy of Angelina Jolie, who is just in West Africa on behalf of the United Nations talking about a humanitarian crisis that's happening in a country called Burkina Faso, which I'm going to show you on the map in just a second. What you should know in the background of this humanitarian crisis, Angelina Jolie is talking about refugees and a need to provide resources to the area. The whole backstory to this humanitarian crisis is terrorism. So let me take you to the map. So here's Burkina Faso, a country right to the south of Mali, which is important. I'll get to that in a moment. But Burkina Faso in recent years has been confronting huge challenges posed by terrorist groups that are linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State. More than 1 million people have been displaced. So this is a country of about 20 million people. About 1 million have been displaced. And they're also seeing refugees coming from Mali because Mali has seen a huge portion of its country. Mali is about twice the size of Texas. A huge portion of the country controlled by Islamic terrorists. This is true not only of Mali and Burkina Faso, but also of Niger, Ivory Coast. In fact, there is an area referred to as the Sahel, which runs really from coast to coast and almost divides Africa north to south. And the Sahel region right through here has been an area of increased worry because of the rise of Islamic terrorist groups. So why does this matter? Number one, we're seeing an increase in terrorist activity in this part of the world. These terrorist groups are growing stronger. They're gaining more territory. They're using more advanced technology. And quite frankly, they're becoming more deadly. They're becoming more effective. So as I'm looking at different reports, no reports are saying there's a decrease in activity. In fact, we're seeing an increase, and there's been a march in that direction over the last decade. Number two, there's always a debate as to when these groups will pose a larger threat outside the borders of Africa. But just remember this for context. When you're thinking about past terrorist attacks and what countries provided safe haven for terrorist groups to come together and grow stronger, names come up like Afghanistan and Yemen, areas that appeared rural and perhaps didn't have the same resources as other parts of the world, but yet provided safe haven to these groups to grow stronger and launch attacks that were very sophisticated in nature. So there is a debate between analysts about how this threat in Africa will ricochet to different parts of the world. But my experience as a journalist will tell me every story is local until it's not. And this is why we have to pay close attention to the trend that's happening here and that's happening now. So a celebrity may have gotten us into this conversation, but it's an important one to have. We have more on all of this on our website. So questions and comments, let me know, and always more on smarternews.com.